Cycle commute day again. It's Wednesday, it's teaching day, and there was one storm last night. Woke me up in the middle of the night, so the early start wasn't too good this morning. It's now gone 8 o'clock and I haven't had any breakfast yet. Come to the studio. Wow, it's hot out there. Granola again. Morning everyone, and welcome to David Stead Studio. Today I'm going to be working on this and turning it into this. It's an oil on canvas alla prima painting of Bamburgh Castle, a place I'm very fond of. But first, I've got a full day's teaching ahead. As students have already arrived, so we'd better get on with that. That's it, students on their way. They're going down to the lake and the woods, so I'll give them a few minutes and then I'll go down and see what they're up to, where they've decided to work. Sun's out already. It is very hot and sticky today. I'm hoping that it'll get bitten to death down by the lake. Bugger. One of my students has just been stung 3 times already. A wasp apparently, up the trouser leg. Can't be good. So, hello. What's your plan?
It's a pool.
Gosh, I thought you painted it already. You've done it already.
No.
So maybe better do it portrait rather than landscape, so that you can get this in, and then perhaps up as far as the opposite bank, maybe.
Right.
I mean, you may not get that far, but I do like the reflections and the trees in there. Most walk miles on these days when they come down to the lake, and on a day like this. Whew. Right, gentlemen. What are you up to?
What, go bring the lake more?
Well, I'm just thinking if you can get something that is going to frame it a little bit for you, rather than just a straight view through, that you need something that's really foreground to frame the area as if you're looking through it at the lake, rather than, because otherwise it looks like we're in a totally open place with an open lake.
Focus on
Exactly, yeah. It needs to really have that and zing out.
Right.
And the tree's picking up all kinds of light from the skies. You need to get that really quickly because it is going to change. From the almost entirely silhouette down to this bright colours down here, which is quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And there are blues in there, which would be really nice because it's reflecting the sky. I just love these things where where you're looking through, and it tells that story about where you're looking and where you might possibly walk, where you might go. I think that's always worth looking at, and the colours are great.
It'd be nice to get the angle of this. Will you accept? I think it almost feels like I want to accentuate this angle here.
Yeah.
This almost bring it more across.
Well, then you can lead the eye in a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And it's Prussian blue with white in it, so put that in.
Yeah.
It's really dark where it hits this field, and that's your one sharp edge really, is where that field hits it. So here you've got to get that as sharp as you possibly can. There'll be some white in it because it fades as it goes over into the distance, but that's got to be deep Prussian blue. It's heading for 4 o'clock. I'm exhausted. That was a busy and warm day's teaching. Right, so I'm going to get on with this little painting. As you see, it's quite a small one by my standards. The composition will be loosely based on the golden mean, so I'm going to be thinking about where I'm going to put the horizon line and where I'm going to put the main motif of the picture, which will be the castle itself. The first thing is to get some dark tones in down here and a little bit of texture as well, so that I can work over the top of it. Of course, the paint's going to be wet, so you've got to be quite delicate and careful with it, and also choose the pigments that you're going to use to start the painting, so that perhaps there's a little less oil in them, they're a little thicker, a little bit more viscous, and then you can paint over the top of them fairly quickly. So there we go, Bamburgh Castle. What's it taken? An hour and a half tops, I should think. Of course, it's only a little painting, but I could go on building up more and more layers on the surface here, but I think for the purposes of this demonstration, it's done. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's helpful. If you have enjoyed it, click the thumbs up below and maybe subscribe to my channel. That would be great. And I'll see you in the next video.